You all can see, senior part 2, it's a 3-hour paper, no more 2 hour. So actually, it's much shorter than our previous year's one. So if you look to the syllabus, you can see all our important topics, the 37 Bodhi-pakkhiya-dhammā, or what I normally call 37 constituents of enlightenment, and 4 stages on the path to Nibbana, from the stream winner until the Arahant. Okay, we will study through thoroughly. And then another important topic is the Paticca-samuppada. I think you all must have heard over many talks. So dependent origination. It's also a very in-depth of Buddhism. So we're going to go through all the 12 links and how understand how our rebirth still are stuck at this cycle. If we never think of way of getting out, we'll be stuck at this cycle life after life. And then I think you all have also heard or seen this 3 sign letter, or what I call Tilakkhana, the 3 sign. Okay, so we will study this. This also very in-depth one and very meaningful. And then what I call in-depth syllabus also. And then the verses of Ratana Sutta. This is also one important sutta where Buddha called upon these deities to help those people suffering at a particular place. Okay, so we'll go through later on. And then the Dhammacakkavatthana Sutta. This one I think I cover in the third year or second year. I can't remember. Already down there. But this one, another recap of those things again. Okay. And then a final one is about contribution made to the Buddha Sasana by H.S. Olcott and then and his associate. That means those that people during the Sri Lanka time when the Buddhism was right at the bottom. This is a Westerner who came to Sri Lanka and in turn converted to Buddhist, and he helped to revise Buddhism in such a way. This is how our YMBA come about. And also, and those monks in a way or another help to start the Buddha Sasana to start building up, because in the Sri Lanka during the past, it was under the British occupation. So all are converted to Christian. If you don't follow the Christian faith, you are right below the society. So they force them. And then when they start getting independent, then they found that, wow, the Buddhist knowledge is so obsolete. So they need to revive it. And then we have finally remember all the following stanza, the Dhammapada stanzas. So we need to go through 64 to 145. So you should remember them, the meaning, and also how to, with a moral story behind it. Okay, basically, we will cover these following topics. Okay, looks simple, but it's very tough. Okay, so don't try to miss. If you miss it, you have to read up yourself. Okay, I also had time because in my university, I basically, beside the dependent origination and Tilakkhana, the rest in the university, we never do it because this is another sort of higher study. So many people actually they propose to change to this syllabus, but so far nothing out of it. Okay, so you all have a good chance to learn it, so learn it well. Okay, then one more thing. Can you all see this 2012 examination paper?
Yes, yes.
Okay, you look at it, it's 3 hours. So you don't expect to write 3 or half a page, expect to hand in. So all this is no more easy meat already. Just to tell you all. Except first one, you need to explain the Dhammacakkavatthana Sutta, okay, on the middle path. So what you're going to talk about middle path. And then 37 factor enlightenment, they can pick any one of them. Okay. Then you see come down, all are basically very, very in-depth question. And then the Lakana, beside the Dhammapada. And then this one, I think have a bit of it in the earlier part where the Buddha mother, the stepmother, request to join the Sangha, and then how the thing started. So you need to explain of your thing, of your own words, and of your own initiative, and how to explain the woman in the society during that time. Okay. And then, okay, most all the questions they said, and then about this contribution, and then short notes on this. And they also test you on earlier years one, Brahma Vihara. This one is about what type of path you leading, like stream winner, Sotapanna, and so on. And also, this thing Bodhi, not much, but they do set question out of it. So you need to do explanation on this. So no more easy question. So expect to write essay, at least 1 full page or 2 full page, or better, three pages, because all are 3-hour paper. So one question about 30 to 40 minutes. Judge yourself. So just have a few of it. There are many more. So for this year, after completed each topic, I will include 1 tutorial question and let you all go and practice after that for homework. Then one of you will contribute the examination during the next session. Okay, so we are like this. Okay, so for this, any question? No question, we will start the first lecture. Okay, we start with the lecture 1, the 37 requisite of enlightenment, or in Pali we call it Bodhi-pakkhiya-dhammā. It's one of the great thing if you have the progress of meditation, because with this knowledge, it will help you in a way that you will progress your breakthrough to the various stages of this so-called meditation level. So for those who are keen on that, please learn it well. In a way, it will help you greatly, in a way that your so-called master can teach whatever they can. But the breakthrough, you need to understand this. So for meditation people, you break through this, then you really appreciate this particular topic. Okay. Okay, this is a screenshot. So 37 factor enlightenment, there are 4 foundation of mindfulness, 4 supreme method, 4 means to accomplishment, 5 faculties, 5 powers, 7 factor of enlightenment, and the 8 path factor, so-called the Eightfold Path. Okay, so we will be going through individual of every factor. Okay, so your job is to absorb all of them, because they will test you sure on this question on either one of this category. So you need to have a formula or remember it. Okay, the easiest formula is remember by phone number 445578. Okay, 445578. You go through. The rest you have to make up your mind what are they. So easier way to remember 445578. Okay, so we will go to run through what are the factors inside, like the 4 foundation of mindfulness. We have mindfulness of the body, mindfulness of the feeling, mindfulness of consciousness, mindfulness of Dhamma. So these make one category. So we have to go through and study each and every one of them. Okay. Okay. I take a mixture of things from your YMBA text and those insufficient thing I will take from other sources and add it in. So basically it's of this mixture. And then for supreme effort, then we have the effort for the non-arising of unwholesome state. So unwholesome state arise, what are you going to do? Okay, so I explain to you about this. And then effort for abandoning unwholesome state. So for us on this practice, especially meditation, unwholesome state, even we lay people, unwholesome state, we try to suppress it to make sure it won't arise. So every time I have a good one. And then effort for arising of wholesome state and effort for sustaining of wholesome state. So this one will teach you how to perform this 4 supreme effort. And then next one, there are 4 means for this so-called accomplishment. Okay, so the willpower, will or called chanda, energy, consciousness, and this discernment. So this one we will go through slowly. And then okay, basically go through lah. After that, we will study each factor by itself. No need worry so much. Because this is the run through only. Okay. Then after that, we have the bala, okay? The 5 bala. Okay. Then we got this 7 factor enlightenment, mindfulness, investigation, energy, joy, tranquility, concentration, equanimity. This one you can see it especially in Abhidhamma, right? All these are appearing there. Okay. Then finally the 8th one are the 8-fold path. So yeah, right understanding, right thought, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. So basically this one all you have studied before one. It's only added a bit here and there. Okay. So you can read through yourself. This one, I just a screenshot of what we'll be covering. It's taken from another source. I can't do it. So I take a screenshot of it. So I paste to here. So we'll go through one by one. Don't worry about that. Okay. So basically, remember the sequence 4, 4, 5, 5, 7, 8. So there are 4 foundation of mindfulness, or what called satipana. Then the 4 supreme effort, samapada. Then 4 means to accomplish, iddhipada. Then 5 faculty, indriya. 5 power, pala. Then the 7 factor enlightenment, bojjhanga. Then the 8 factors, aryo, attangiko, mako. Okay, so we're going to study one by one each of the factor. So under the satipana, we have mindfulness of body, mindfulness of feeling, mindfulness of consciousness, and mindfulness of Dhamma. So these 4 are in this group. So you have to remember all this. These are more of the kind of meditation practice. So we will go through each of these factors. What are they? Okay, basically it's a run through for the just now I spoken earlier on. Okay, effort, supreme effort, effort for non-arousal unwholesome state, and then effort for abandoning unwholesome state, and then third one, effort for rising of wholesome state, and then 4th one, effort of sustaining wholesome state. So this is under the 4 supreme effort. Okay, 4 means to accomplish iddhipada. So I mean, this is more towards our, we call it the Abhidhamma side, the will, this chanda. This one is a kind of activity which generate in our there. It will make us a very strong, it's more than desire, it's more a good kind to make you achieve the objective you want to attain. So especially you want to go for high meditation, higher stages, you have this so-called chandra, and then energy. Your this kind of effort continuously non-stop to help on to your practice. And then your so-called your consciousness, your chitta, as you all know, and discernment here is more, I would say, panna is more towards wisdom. Okay, so all these are towards your kind of practice for your meditation. Then the five faculty, faith, energy, mindfulness, concentration, wisdom. These also kind of so-called meditation practice which require for you. Okay, so we go through each of these factors. And then five powers, these are new things which also actually we studied before, it's all in Abhidhamma one. The five powers we have studied about faith, right? And then the other thing that is the hindrance to that is the craving, the energy, laziness, right? Mindfulness, negligence, concentration, restlessness, and then wisdom, delusion. So these are things to suppress and instill firmness against hindrances and obstacles. So basically these five is to stop all this what I call things or what you call all the bad, unwholesome thing which stop us from doing the good thing and proceeding to higher level of achievement. So basically, we human are basically everyone of us have this kind of craving, laziness, religion, restlessness, and delusion. So you need all these five positive one to overcome it. So this is basically what I call the five powers. So you need to know all about this. This I think you all have heard. Also, there's also one Bhujanga Sutta. This seven factor enlightenment, especially for those who wish to practice higher kind of meditation to proceed higher. You need to have all this on hand for you to go up further up the ladder. Mindfulness, sati, right? Investigation are also very important component. When you meditate, you need to self-check yourself. Also, energy, same thing repeating from earlier one. The effort, continuous effort. And then joy, pity. This joy is not of our sensual joy. This joy is of more of spiritual joy. The joy that you attain the kind of achievement which is beyond our five senses can feel. Because this is some sort of spiritual kind of achievement, which is cannot be measured. Then tranquility, passaddhi, okay? And also concentration, ekaggata. You all have gone through earlier in Abhidhamma. And equanimity, upekkha. Okay, so for your progress of Abhidhamma, your meditation, you need have to cover all these factors which will help you to leap up to another higher level. If not, you will stuck at whatever level you are practicing. Okay, so this one, your guru or your master is can only explain to you to whatever they can help you. But above that is your self-learning. You have to jump up yourself. Okay, so all these things is good for you, especially when you do meditation. This one I think we've gone to many times. The eightfold path or eight path factor, what I call Ariyo Atangiko Mago. Right understanding, we're going to repeat all over again. Right thought, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. So basically, you see most of the things we covered earlier is now is compressed into and compact it and made it into one heavy stuff. So you need to understand each and every category of it. Okay. So we start here. What is Bodhi? Bodhi start from the root word Buddhi. Literally means to awake. Okay. So to attain supreme knowledge of enlightenment. This is how our Buddha attained enlightenment under this so-called the fig tree, which in later be named as Bodhi tree, because it gives him the chance sitting down there, the shade for him to attain enlightenment. So somebody denotes that enlightenment of Buddha. Okay? Buddha is of, when you stop out of this state, there are of three kinds. Buddha. Our Buddha is a kind that able to do self-enlightenment and able to teach. Okay? So the different. So the other one is Pacceka Buddha. Pacceka Buddha, another term is called private Buddha. Private Buddha means a person who gain enlightenment, but he not able to teach. Okay, according to the text, so-called this called Devadatta, he did so bad, right? But he can be a Buddha later on. But he only after he suffer all his punishment, the next rebirth when he come back to the humankind, he able to achieve Pacceka Buddha, okay, but not a Buddha. And then Arahant, Arahant status means those who had drop as high as a Buddha, but not able to teach. But they also no more rebirth for them. So it's mostly a word for the disciple of the Buddha. So mostly all who are under the Sangha one are able to achieve it, they are called Arahant. Okay. Then in Abhidhamma, the word O Bodhi is denoted as knowledge to realize on attaining of super mundane consciousness, or what I call Lokottara Citta. Okay, so once you achieve this, you are able to get to the state of Buddhahood. So it's a knowledge to realize on attaining a path and fruit or leading to Arahantship. So Arahantship also come to a level, but not suppressing our Buddha, but in a way, the knowledge of realizing the path and fruits leading to Arahantship. So this is the third path that able to achieve enlightenment, no more rebirth. And then in many texts, it refers Bodhi as the acquisition knowledge of the Four Noble Truths. This is a basic teaching of Buddha. So basically, Bodhi is of this nature. So when you question come out how to explain Bodhi, you must have all this knowledge to digest it and present it to the examiner. Okay, so you can read more, then you have better knowledge. Okay, I send you all the 37 Factor Enlightenment, the book, very thick one. You go and read through, you got all your spare time. You will be able to make you a better understanding from what I have able to give you. Okay, maybe there are many much more knowledgeable things which are down there, and then if you can absorb it, when you read the books, please read with care. When anything that is superior or explained very clear, please take your time to write down the particular passage or sentence, and then put it somewhere in the book, and for your reference. So in a while, you don't need to go to the whole book to read through. You read through with understanding, and then in a way, you're able to explain more things compared to your other classmate. So this is a way of learning. Okay, reading book not just blindly read through from page 1 to page 100. Okay, so you need to read with care. Sometimes you get sick of it. You after resting for a few days, come back again, you read it. Maybe you give a better understanding, have a better refreshment, that you're able to digest the thing well. Many of things are hard to understand by reading one time. You need to read a couple of times, especially those with very in-depth and hard to understand. Please read through, take your time, digest it, and then in a matter of time, you're able to understand it. And then that's what I normally do, is that you must take out whatever the gist of the importance of that particular reading material, put it somewhere in your book, and then as a reference. So it's very good for you, okay? So you, in a way, can recall it very frequently. And then there's another thing, the highest knowledge at the point of enlightenment. Normally you call it the three knowledge. or what I call Tiso Vicha. The knowledge of extinction of cankers rank prominent. So if you know this kind of knowledge, you destroy all your cankers. Okay, cankers are those unwholesome things. Okay, attainment or enlightenment is identical with realization of Nibbana. So when you achieve enlightenment, it is equivalent to Nibbana. And then they further say that concentration does not mark the accumulation of the path. Right? These are only beginning. Right? You are not guaranteed that you are on the right path. So all this you have went through a right concentration is to make your mind steady, stable, and unified. This is a very important, especially meditation. When you lose concentration, your meditation is of useless practice. So every sitting or every meditation, you should able to maintain right concentration. Every time when you just sit in, the faster you can do your calm down everything in the moment, speed moment, and then you can open up all the doors and start doing your meditation. So this is very important, right concentration. Right understanding is to grasp the real nature of phenomena. This is another practice, especially when you doing the insight meditation. If you observe your body, there are many changes. Okay, keep on changing one. Our this so-called body, especially your breathing, your pain, all these it start changing. So when you are in pain, you observe your pain, come to a certain state, you also see your pain already subdue. No more pain. Okay, this is also another way of understanding it. And then right thoughts to become renunciation or defilement. With right thinking, all your bad things, you can get rid of it. So in our this Buddhist sutta, Mahachattarisaka Sutta, it mentioned that the right knowledge and the right liberation, right understanding, and the right way of getting out is realized to the wisdom developed by penetrative knowledge. So if you want to improve on whatever is it, you need to understand this. You must achieve this kind of wisdom that is beyond grasping. But to your understanding, you're able to break through the various level of meditation. Okay, so this is called penetrative knowledge. Nobody can teach you one. This one is you able to achieve yourself. So what a master or what your teacher can do you is your advice. So it's you yourself must do your own homework. And then you can see that 37 of factor enlightenment are also found in Sakudai Sutta and the Visuddhimagga. Visuddhimagga is another some sort like I would say a recomposition of everything is by our so-called great commentator Buddha Gosa. Right? He did a very deep thing to compose this, especially those two meditation. Visuddhimagga is one of the very good knowledge for you to absorb. So enlightenment is a state of spiritual perfection attained by all who have destroyed cankers. So these are the three ways: Buddha, Pacceka Buddha, and Arahant. So for us, we have no chance to be Buddha or Pacceka Buddha, so we aim for Arahant. So hope everyone have a chance to attain to this state in whatever and existence you able to achieve. Okay. We will go to each and every factor. So the four foundation of mindfulness, Chattaro Satipatthana. So we go one by one. They say mindfulness is a mental culture towards liberation. So whatever thing you do, that's why Buddhists we talk about mindfulness, everything. Besides meditation, every day when you're doing your daily work, you need to practice mindfulness also. If you are Buddhist, real Buddhist, every thought, action, speech, you need to be very mindful. Just don't and just burst out, especially speech, you burst out, that's it. You create something good or bad, whatever, especially bad one. People will remember that. So mindfulness is very important. They are not ordinary mental function, okay? It's supposed to be a high moral pitch. I mean, mindfulness is of moral standard. So practice mindfulness. The mind is kept at the level of bare attention without any directive effort. So, I mean, if you are able to achieve this faculty, so-called, I mean, whatever you do, you will never be able to dissuade from the left or right. So you'll be keeping it straight that you commit no wrong. Okay, so mindfulness is very important. So as a Buddhist, even you are out of meditation, you should practice this at every moment. And then detached manner with oneself and around oneself. Okay? So mindfulness is also a way of detaching. So basically, it's attentive towards every physical act. Remember? Speech, action, thought. So thought also very risky, right? So especially bad one, coming you harm some people, all these are very bad one. So if you're able to be mindful, then this thought will never come to you. So as a Buddhist, not so easy. Oh, all these three actions, you have to be mindful before you proceed. That's why not easy to be Buddhist. Okay, we'll study one by one. Contemplation of the body. Effection on breathing. Especially when you practice Anapanasati, the breathing in breath, and then the breathing out of the breath, especially when checking your nostril, you can feel the air coming in, going out. In your normal, if you are not in a meditating state, you won't be observing all this in and out movement. So you can feel the air coming to your nostril and out your nostril. So every action when you're doing, you observe all this motion coming in and out. So this is called effection on breathing. I think you all do attend meditation would have very first basic lesson on how your master or guru teach you about this. Beside this, there's contemplation on the modes of the deportment on the various body posture. So Buddha himself, whatever he's doing, is all with mindfulness. Walking. Do we walk properly or mindfully walking? So you see some people walk, just drop on the floor, or walk, hit something. Okay, so these are not mindful. So walking, in a way we doing it daily, we also must observe any obstacle along the path or whatever. So walking is also a kind we can practice it or daily practice. So this is a mindfully walking. And then standing, how we stand also. The moment you stand up, without observing, especially when you're old, you coming to seniority, you're old, you're out of bed, especially morning walk. And now I'm very careful after breaking off my my this so-called wrist, so and my also the replacement of my kneecap, very worried. Every morning must be mindful. Don't say wait, stand up. So all these are mindfulness. You stand up also watch out. You wait for something until you're stabilized, then you slowly stand up. Sometimes without this mindful, then you just stand up for whatever reason, then you hurt yourself. This thing do happen. And then way of sitting also, and the way of reclining, I mean your sleeping posture. So all these are kind of contemplation for us. If we can practice it on every moment, whether on meditation or even on what we do at daily activities. Okay. Then next one is contemplation on the clear comprehension, rightly entirely pre-planning risk of future event with undisturbed mind. Here, needs contemplation or have a clear understanding, especially when you are doing something. Okay, you need to have consist something of pre-planning. And then whether you act on this particular act of the future, you can expect it will happen. So if you do it with a kind of calm mind, with no agitation or whatever, you are thinking that affect your so-called judgment of doing this particular forward or future plan, then you definitely have a very clear path of going forward. Okay, so all this very hard for especially we lay people to have this sort of practice. Okay, so all this you must practice for especially on your body. Then reflection on repulsion. Repulsion means repulsiveness of human body by considering the 31 body organs of the repulsive. I mean, remember we study one of the meditation of this Buddha disciple when the Buddha sent them to the graveyard to meditate on the various stages of rotting body. Okay, so all these are, especially dead body, very repulsive. That's why the moment you die, you start having the kind of decomposition. So when your body is put in for also for your so-called funeral thing, they will pump in a poisonous chemical into your body, drain out your bloodstream, according to what I heard, all your blood, then they pump in this so-called poisonous liquid into your body so that it will sustain the dead body in a good shape that it will not rot during the 5 to 7 days. So you see how our body, the moment one it stop, everything start to rot. And then remember the kind of various body rotting state subject to decay. I mean, what kind of rotting state in, let's say day 1 to a state when totally been eaten up by the worms. Right? So these are sort of things you need to reflect on this human decay. Human body actually not nice one. That's why you see, I don't offend lady, especially those young lady, especially those with back older, they'll spray all the sweet smelling, all the perfume. Especially in Singapore, we take leave early morning, when the lady, especially SIA girl, the stewardess, when they spray early morning inside the lift, wow, really, cannot take it. For me, my nose very, very sensitive. So probably that kind of called repulsion. To me, it's a repulsion, but to them, they say it's nice. Okay. And then reflection on the modes of materiality, contemplation of the four Mahaputtas, the four great essential. Remember the four things that make a bread. I remember constituents the body in terms of solidity, fluidity, heat, and detention, showing no personality apart from the aggregates. So remember, what the body made of is the four great essential. We need this to build a physical body. And then cemetery contemplation, reflecting on the 9 stages of decomposition of a dead body. Remember earlier we studied this, how the body decaying state. According to the text, there are 9 stages of decomposition. So own body is rotting, smelly, and disintegrating state upon death. According to that, you come to a certain state, especially those not cremated one, especially the olden time in India, you leave it in the forest. So come to a certain state, the worms everything will eat until your whole belly explode, going to explode like a balloon. So anytime the thing will burst, and then the body will fully eaten up. This is how disgusting our body is. So upon death, everyone of us is the same. Okay? The earlier one, I remember contemplation of body. So you can remember how to explain on all this about body. Not easy, not easy task. So please work hard on it. Next one, contemplation on feeling. It's an intelligent reflection on the physical and mental sensation with a view to mental construction and understanding of the notion of impermanent. Okay, I mean, you need to understand the effect of this feeling. Sometimes when you, especially you go for massage, for those people who love massage, sometimes they make it until your body, so you enjoy all this, so three kinds of pleasure. The more you massage, the more pleasure you are. And then when you touch certain parts, become very unpleasant. And then they touch another part, sometimes become neutral, no feeling at all. So this is how we call sensation of feeling. As well as massage, then you do massage, then you will know this kind of thing you enjoy or dislike. Okay, so this is talk about feeling. Okay, so first one, body, feeling. Now we talk about contemplation of consciousness. So next one, we talk about the insight investigation of nature of consciousness. The understanding of non-interruption of consciousness that takes place with an unconscionable rapidly from moment to moment. This one hard to imagine with our kind of intelligence. This is more if you meditate deeper, you will able to understand this consciousness moment by moment. For us, in our so-called mundane state, we find hard to interpret this so fast thing that appearing within a very fast moment that we cannot observe it. Only through meditation, you can slow down and start observing. So how one consciousness vanish, another coming into being. Especially when you meditate until a certain level, the especially when cross-legged over time, this pain will come and haunt you. Beginning is not that bad. So as you sit longer, you will feel below start heated up. Then your veins start clogging up. Then all these things come and disturb you. So you will feel how very uncomfortable sitting in one position without moving. Okay? It is to make you achieve the ekagata, so ask you not to move. So you will find that all these things come and disturb you. So when you have this able to meditate well, this one consciousness will you observe moment by moment, okay? Will come and haunt you. So this is another, easier way to explain to you how this consciousness moment come, okay? So for those people who are good in meditation, you should have a very clear mind of what this one consciousness is about. Okay, on the body, now the fourth one, contemplation on mental objects. What are they? These are we have studied in earlier one, especially in Abhidhamma. First one, hindrances. What are the hindrances? What I call the other body is called nivarana. So earlier this time, I think you also know your hindrances. The 5 hindrances, remember? Sensual desire, kama chanda. Remember? You enjoy all these nice feeling, nice thing. Ill will. Vyapada. This one is about you are jealous. Sloth and torpor. Tina amida. That means you find a restless and then you just so lazy. So this is called sloth and torpor. Then next one, restlessness and worry. Udacha, ukucha. For those people, especially when you're old age, as well observed in Singapore, old age, you're a senior, you retire in Singapore, just Singapore. You go to a void deck, you see many of these old senior. They sit at void deck early morning, wait until the sun set. They'll sit down there, restless, don't know, with no state of mind whether how to pass the day. And then they also worry. So you see all these people gather together, they talk and avoid that. No story, talk until got cook out story, new story to come out. Okay. So these people really don't know what to do with life. So what they're waiting for the dawn of the life. So this restlessness and worry, all these are very bad for you. If you have this, we really hinder you for your progress of your, especially you have this too much, your life will be shorter and shorter. So make full use of you when every day, when you can see sunlight and see sunset, you have a blessing. So make full use of you. Don't have restless and worry. This one very bad. And then next one, skeptic thought, doubt, vichikicha. This one is only a lot of things people don't believe, especially we talk is about Buddhist teaching. Many, especially other faith, they won't believe about what Buddhism preach. Okay, so for us, we must clear all these doubt. So all these are hindrances. So remember, these are the 5 hindrances you studied earlier. So you have to remember all of them. Why? When they talk about contemplation on mental objects. Next one, contemplation on mental objects. B, aggregates, khanda. Remember the 5 aggregates? This is an old one. We need to study it back again. Corporality, rupa. You make what is rupa? The material. Then the feeling, Vedanta. Perception, sana. Mental formation, sankara. Consciousness, vijnana. So I know I go through one by one, you all should know, but 5 aggregates, very clear. So if I mention about this mental object, all this must come in. And what are mental objects? These are the sense bases, ayatana. This called, in Buddhist, we have 6. We call eye, chakku, ear, sota, nose, kanda, tongue, jiva, body, kaya, mind, mana. So all these 6 is a disturbing factor for us. So if you can control all this on mental object, then very good for you. You can control all your senses. This is a higher kind of thing which every one of us must able to achieve. Mental enlightenment, bojjhanga. Same repeating again from Abhidhamma. Mindfulness, sati, investigation of the law, energy, viriya, rapture, piti, tranquility, passaddhi, concentration, upekkha. So this one, I no need to go bit by bit. You all should able to explain it well, right? This one also what you studied earlier, truth. The 4 noble truths, satya. What is suffering? Suffering in the 5 aggregates. And the cause of suffering, dukkha, samudaya. Our 6 centers and the 10 factors which are causing the cause of suffering. And the cessation of suffering, dukkha, nirodha. We have to use these 4 noble paths and the 7 factor of enlightenment. These will cease our cause suffering. And the way to cessation of suffering, dukkha, nirodha, gami, patipada, the 5 hindrances. So when you use to investigate, understand all subjects, their nature, and apply to them mindfulness. Okay, so this is the contemplation on the mental objects. Okay, so I stop here to rest 5 to 10 minutes.